What can I do when I'm stuck inside you? This cell of ice and fire, what blood red death, lost in desire, smell of life.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Live and direct, it's a Whole Damn Enchilada podcast, and that is not Ryan Inman. That is Jamie. I don't know how to say your last name. How do you say your last name?
Verwise. That has all the weird letters at the end of the alphabet.
That's how I thought you said it. Okay,
Yeah.
and Zigzag like bounced out, and then now he's back. So
Okay.
Zigzag from Death Curse Society. He was there for a second. He was gone. Now he's back. I don't know what the hell happened.
Isn't this the Twilight Sparkly Vampire Recovery Group? I'm in the wrong place. I'll let myself know.
Right on,
man.
How's it going, brother?
Good. I clicked the wrong button. I'm not used to being on this side of the camera. You know what I'm saying?
On this side of the camera, we don't know how to do this shit either. We're just fucking here. So I don't know.
I don't have any of my toys here. I feel naked.
BK says he's the fucking first. Karen, what's up, Karen? All right, yeah. See, I don't even know how to use this stuff over here. I just freestyle this shit. I have no fucking idea. So anyway, so tonight I brought the two of you on because I wanted to do a episode about Lucio Fulci and just Italian horror in general. And you two are the foremost experts of all the people I know on this subject. And I'm new to this. I just watched my first Fulci movie less than a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was, yeah. And the story behind that is if you see in the square by Jamie, that little painting there, our friend Angelo Mariano, who did all of the artwork that's behind Zigzag, and the painting that she just pointed to, that's on my wall back there that you could see. I don't know. It's over there somewhere. But actually, it's behind Michael, so you can't see it. But he did so much artwork for Zigzag, and I watch Death Curse Society every week, and I really like the dude's work. And he started painting this one, and I didn't know what it was from. I just really liked the way it looked, you know. So I
That's so crazy.
messaged Angelo. I said, I really like that painting. I'd like to buy it. We made a deal to buy it, and I immediately messaged Zigzag. I just made a deal to buy my first Angelo Mariano painting, and then later on that night, or a couple nights later, maybe even a week later, me and my wife are looking for something to watch, and we throw on Zombie. Never seen it before. So I'm watching it, and I'm like, holy shit, that's my fucking painting. I didn't know he was even in the movie, but I really liked the painting. And then so after that, Zigzag was doing a show talking about the Fog remake, which is absolutely horrible, and I'm very depressed I actually watched it. But in order to watch it, I had to go buy it. So whilst I'm at the store to buy it, they had Zombie 2 on DVD for $5. So I got the Fog instead of Zombie 2 because I didn't know that it was the same movie. So as I'm talking to Zig about watching the movie, he goes, "That was your first time seeing Zombie 2?" And I go, "No, dude, not the sequel. It's the original." And he goes, "No, that is the sequel."
That's the one.
And I'm like, "Ah!" So I could have had it for $5, but I eventually bought it on 4K. I got like 10 different Fulci films on 4K, and it's all awesome now. But
see, and this was the Anchor Bay, that badass 25th anniversary edition. It's great. It probably had that poster in there. It's an autograph, a copy of Fulci's autograph, but it's on there, and it's a nice, right here actually.
Right on.
There it is.
There we go. I think this is like the most handsome zombie ever. Can I just say it though? Best zombie. My favorite zombie. This one right here.
The Wormite zombie? No, right on. Yeah, so let's see. Ethan's popping in and says, "Hey, y'all, Jamie knows everything about Fulci. She knows quite a bit." And so does Zigzag. And then JP, who we attended the Fabio Frizzi concert with last night, which was freaking awesome.
It seems like all of us had the same opinion. I think our wigs were blown back a little bit. None of us expected that shit. That was fucking awesome, man.
No, it was really cool. And we Zigzag hooked up the VIP passes, so we got to meet the man himself. And they were a little running behind. So since they were running behind, they let the VIP people in because it was already late. And it was like, all right, fuck it, we're just gonna let you guys in. And we actually got to watch their sound check, which is really cool.
Dude.
And then we got to see the film. It was all good stuff. Yeah, it was really cool, man. It was an awesome time.
That's amazing. I'm jealous. I'm happy for you guys, but a little jealous.
I highly recommend it because it seems like he's gonna.
Yeah.
This is growing. As he did the Beyond last year, and now he did Zombie. I asked him. I go, listen, how about City, man? And he
Gotta do it.
everywhere I go, somebody asks me this. It's like, well, there you go.
So,
fuck, I would. Yeah. Oh, you see, great.
Aww.
Me and him from yesterday.
I would have sent
Wow.
you. Yeah, I got one there. I got a picture of him right from the front row in the sound check too. It's just excellent.
Gosh.
Yeah,
And he's so fucking nice.
Yeah, he's a really good dude. And then I got you an autograph from him, so I'll be sending that to you.
Thank you.
A couple days, whenever I get to a freaking time to go to the post office, which I won't have until at least Monday.
He gave you one too, didn't he, Rick?
What's that?
You sacrificed yours for Jamie, or did
Yeah. Because I had him sign the album.
Thank you for the sacrifice.
He would have signed anything. I mean,
I'm sure he would have. I'm sure he would have did another one, but that was fine. But did you got it with you? Okay.
I do because you can see.
Show Jamie. You got to show
a
Jamie.
hole up here, up on my.
Okay.
Oh, that where he usually goes. Okay.
Yes.
Look at this. This is
And
just
this
sick.
is my.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Now, there's only like 120 of those in the world. 60.
Oh my
one guy made 60. Another guy made
gosh.
60.
Whoa.
But I had Fabio signed it right there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's like a beautiful piece of history right there.
So
My
speaking
whole
of history, what was the first Giallo film? What film got you, Jamie, into the Giallo genre?
Well, I'll tell you, I had a really awesome introduction to Italian horror in general. So I talk about this event all the time, but we have this amazing independent theater here in Tucson. It's called The Loft. And they started doing this Scream-A-Rama in 2006. I was a baby. I was like 18 at the time. But they were playing some great movies that year. And among the lineup was Suspiria and The Beyond. So the first time that I saw Fulci or Argento was on the big screen. Pretty amazing. Can't really beat that. And then the first time that I saw Zombie shortly after was with my tattoo artist. He had his whole room covered in horror movie stuff. And he's like, you like The Beyond? You haven't seen Zombie yet? Like, I'm going to put that on right now. Chick so you get comfortable. I'm going to put that on. So it was really like Fulci and Argento that kind of got me into it. And when I like start exploring a subgenre, I get really like studious about it. Yeah. So I just started looking it up, being like, who else can I find? Who else is good? So I started exploring Bava and like all these great movies with these crazy names. You know, your room is or your vice is a locked room and only I have the key. And I was like, I love this. So yeah, Argento and Fulci got me into it for sure.
Nice. And Zig, what was your first introduction to this crazy genre?
I was 9 years old and they started running these ads for this movie called Zombie, and it was just the fucking music and the letters would pop up one at a time. And in the middle of the night when you're watching like Scream Theater or Saturday Night Dead, that was like a couple of our shows here in Detroit, this commercial would come on and it really was hitting hard. And like, hey Dad, check it out. You want to go see it? All right. Like 2 weeks prior, he had taken me to see Alien in a theater, which that kind of messed me up, you know?
Same year.
But this is like a few weeks later, here comes Zombie on its only American theatrical run at the time. It's a short 2 or 3 weeks. And I was in there seeing this shit, dude, with the in the eye like that. And I was like, this is way different than anything I've seen, you know, at this point, you know, and it was unforgettable, but the music stuck with me. That's what I couldn't forget, you know, and I was at the time going, okay, the mouths don't really match up. What's this all about? And I learned it's Italian, it's dubbed, you know, and all these things come up. But, you know, I was just happy to go to the movies at 9 years old, you know, as I was with my older brother, a couple years older than me, and we would see everything. I had a theater in town that would show a double feature, $1.25. You get 2 movies, popcorn and a pop. It was great. They're still open. They don't do it anymore like that.
No $1.25 for
no.
$10 and the popcorn's $10 and the pop is $10, you know, but
$50 later, you got a nice night out.
This was the second time I caught a Fulci though. It was like 83 and it was a double feature. It was Mausoleum, The Gates of Hell.
Nice.
And come on, man, that gut puke, all the brains,
beautiful.
the fucking drill.
Yeah.
The drill's the best.
And again, the music.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare you could not wake up from. And after that, I jumped in the rabbit hole and started searching Argento, Demons, and fucking all the way to Bava, the Bay of Blood. I mean, I was stuck. So, I mean, yes, that's where I went, you know. Rick, what about you? I mean, you told us already, but I mean, Zombie was the first one.
I think Zombie was, but I don't know if I might have seen House by the Cemetery first. I might have. I'm not sure because once I seen one of them, I started seeking out all of them.
No.
But talking about the different mouth movements and everything, like you got to watch these films if you can in Italian. I mean, it just adds so much to it. But for me, like you know, you go back and we've all been watching horror movies like our whole life, so there's not much that disturbs us or scares us. And with Fulci, it is, even now you get that uncomfortableness that he makes you feel. And, you know, I love it because I haven't felt like that since I was a kid. And I wish my kids were more into it, though. Like, they like horror movies, but they're very particular, and neither one of them seems to be too much into the Fulci.
I think that's it, though. I mean, it stayed with you. It haunted you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it got in your head, man. It got under your skin. And
Yeah.
not everybody can do this.
BK says he was there and he's scared still.
What I love about Fulci is like, you know, so when he's going to bring you into something nasty, he like builds so much tension, right? Like you're moving slowly towards this piece of wood, you know, and it's like a shot to her and a shot to the wood, and you're getting closer and you're getting closer. And then when you get there, from the moment that hits that eyeball, you see the whole thing. He shows you everything, and that's what I love about him. It's awesome.
You knew it was going to happen. Even today, like last night when we seen it again twice because they showed that scene during the sound check, we both know it's going to happen. We've seen it a bunch of times, and we're still getting
yes,
whole audience.
It happens.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful to see that with a live audience too. Like,
I can't just put it out enough. Fulci fans, you need to see Fabio do this with any movie. I mean, even if he comes and does cuts. I mean, I am really going to start seeking these out if they're doing them and visit these. It's that good. I mean, I don't know. I just discovered something I fucking love, man. It's great.
Hell yeah. Well, at Art Theater at the Capitol last year, they did, and I wanted to go, but I didn't get to go. They did, was it Demons? With with Goblin was playing live.
Yeah, Claudio.
What's his name, Jamie?
Claudio. Oh,
with an S.
It starts with an S. I want to say.
That's
like
Goblin. Yes. The guy from Goblin.
Yes. Yeah. They might have did Suspiria too, but I didn't go to either one of them. But I wish I did. But at the Capitol, it's an actual movie theater, so you have it on the big screen with the movie theater sound, and then they had the band kind of like we've all been to a million theaters, like kind of in front of the big screen on the ground, so they didn't get in the way of the movie, but you could see them too. And the guys yesterday were showing me pictures of it, and it looked really cool. And like I thinking about reaching out to them and seeing if they want to do more stuff like that. That'd be really cool.
Oh, I crave seeing City of the Living Dead on a big screen again.
Oh yeah, no, I've never been able to, but yeah, definitely be awesome. So, what is we'll start with Jamie. What is your favorite giallo that you've ever seen, and why? Yeah.
Oh man,
it's like picking your favorite.
That is so tough. I know it really
it doesn't have to be Fulci. It can be any of them.
So hard for me to say. First of all, I will say that when it comes to Fulci, my favorite is The Beyond. It's just, I had a really nostalgic experience with it. I think that The Beyond is such a good highlight of everything that he does really well, like all in one movie. So that is my favorite Fulci movie for sure. Love it. I love the psychic. I love the dog. I love everything about it. Supernatural, and it's got his brand of dread that I just like love. He's all about like some dread and doom, and that has a very unhappy ending. And I love me an unhappy ending. Yeah. If I'm talking like something that I think like really like I also really love Bay of Blood though. Twitch of the Death Nerve, as it's also called. That movie is bonkers. It's got some amazing shots in it. It's got some amazing kills in it. And it's like this crazy murder story, you know? It's like everybody's killing everybody, and it's great. It's a great romp. Also really love Tenebrae. I think I'm saying it right, by Argento.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that one. I love any horror movie that features like a writer as the main character, and we see a lot of that in Italian horror movies. Lots of reporters, lots of writers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and normally I let my kids just watch anything. I don't care. But with these Italian horror movies, I have to watch them first before I let them watch them, just because some of they're a little bit more liberal with the sex scenes and stuff like that. Yeah. And I have my daughter who would be more into this than my son. My son just likes bloody slashers, craziness all over the place. But my daughter, she likes the more sophisticated stuff. But I'm not watching like some of these movies with my 12-year-old daughter. You know?
Yeah, no.
Right on. Bill Wolf, he says, my fave was The Gates of Hell. So and that's my favorite of the trilogy, but it's not my favorite movie that Fulci's ever done. My favorite movie Fulci's ever done is Cat in the Brain, just because it's absolutely freaking bonkers.
It's bonkers.
But yet charming.
Yeah, and I just love the fact that he plays himself in the movie, and just all the he just goes mad in it, and just man, it's just so good.
The blood spill too is like spectacular.
Yeah, and then a lot of that is like, you know, you see he's shooting a scene for the movie, and then a lot of stuff's really happening. You don't know what's real and what's not. And it kind of reminded me in a way of Wes Craven's New Nightmare. And just you know, it's kind of the idea. I mean, it's absolutely nothing like it, but you know, just it was like meta before meta. You know? So that's why I like that. But my favorite of the trilogy is The Gates of Hell.
I think it could be said Fulci was a bit ahead of his time, but he was already doing so much before he even touched the horror. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and that's a scary thing because I don't know if I'd like to watch spaghetti westerns and stuff like that. So I gotta when I look them up before I buy them, I have to look at the genre and make sure it says horror because I don't want to get.
Hey, four of the pretty cool. That's one of the only Fulci western I've seen, but I really liked it.
What was the name of it?
4 of the Apocalypse.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's cool. Like, I don't watch spaghetti westerns too often, but after watching that one, I mean, I might explore a few more of them. It was pretty good.
If they're like that, I mean, and told well like that, because guy had a way of just making a point and stuff in stories. It was cool, even in a fucking western, you know. So I mean. I would say the Giallo, just to get back to that real quick, she said Bay of Blood, and that's, for me, that's the first one that always pops in my head when someone says, okay, you know, because, I mean, look what it was obviously a main inspiration for Friday the 13th and 2.
Oh, yeah.
And just, I love that they tribute it like that. And it's, but for that's the one I go to. That's the first one. I think that's the one, but you know, there's so many to choose from. I mean, you got to have some leather gloves and a guy talking like this on the phone. You know, so.
Yes. You got to have a beautiful villa in there somewhere. You got to have a killer dog in there somewhere.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's see. We got some more of those Angelo pictures. Where's speaking of the dog? Where's that picture?
Oh, with the hand. Yeah.
Look at this guy.
I love that.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, Angelo's so good.
Wow.
He's about to ship my latest one, man. It's all done now.
Yeah, I know. The Day of the Dead. He got a Day of the Dead piece with every character in the movie.
It's unbelievable.
How big is that?
I gotta get a third set going here now because that deserves its own showing in the center, you know.
Yeah.
What's the dimensions on that, Ziggy?
It's like 32 by 24 or something like that. It's huge.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
You get a drink.
Have you seen House of Clocks yet?
I have not.
I haven't even seen that one.
It's hell nice.
I got this eBay, man, right at the early days of eBay. It's Japanese, but it works. It's great. It's not bloody. It's not drenched in blood, but it is so tense. I recommend it. because it is out there on DVD now.
I ordered it, I think.
It's on my list. That one, and I've never seen The Psychic, and I've been reading about that one, and it looks awesome. I can't believe I've never seen it.
Jennifer
Yeah.
O'Neill, and it's great. It's a great story. It's like it's a train wreck you see coming, and it still happens.
Oh.
The Psychic. Now, was The Psychic the one where in the beginning she's driving a little sports car, she's married to the rich guy, there's a house, right? And there's like a body in the wall. Was that The Psychic?
That's The Psychic, yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, you'll love that.
It's
That's
on my list.
right up your alley for
man.
sure.
Yeah.
I believe it's free on Tubi.
I just watched it 3 days ago just to get brushed up for this, you know.
Oh yeah, I watched a couple Fulci films myself.
I did too.
I just the newest one I've seen is it's called Perversion Story. Either one of you guys see that?
I haven't seen that one yet.
That is definitely one I cannot watch with my daughter.
Is
That's
it
for
called
sure.
something else?
It may be. I don't know.
These movies always have like
phone's all
3
broken.
different names.
I was gonna say that when you were bringing up the Bay of Blood thing, like it's just like it's hard to tell. You know, they all get so many different names. I believe it does have a different name, but I don't know what it's called.
It's all right.
In the movie, though, if I tell you the story, you'll come up with the other name. My phone's broken, so I can't do a search because like this part of my phone, the screen doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's horrible. But in the movie, a guy is a doctor's wife fakes her death. She doesn't die. He thinks she's dead. And he was cheating on her with this younger girl and blah, blah, blah. And she keeps showing up and he thinks it's a different person and it's his wife. And it's kind of bonkers, man.
It sounds familiar. I mean,
right on. Yeah. So that's the latest one I've watched because I go on eBay and then I'll put Fulci Blu-ray, Fulci 4K, Fulci DVD, and then, you know, like cheapest to most expensive. They're usually pretty pricey.
I bet.
Like some of the 4Ks I paid like $50-$60 for.
Worth it though.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And then I found some for like $5. I got lucky. So, you know, it's good stuff. And then like I watched Suspiria recently for the first time, not that long ago, right before you guys did your debut episode on the Bloody Essentials, because I wanted to know what the hell I was talking about on there when you guys were on it. Which that's the beautiful thing about Jamie. Ever since like she was on the other show, and like they would always come up with these like the description that AI came up with, like these hidden gem horror movies, and it like turned me on to like so many different cool things. But Suspiria in general, and that first kill in Suspiria is like one of the greatest kills in the history of cinema.
It's beautiful. It changed my biology when I watched that movie, guys. Like when I watched Suspiria as a young person, it like changed my DNA. Like I didn't know that movies could look like that. I remember seeing it pop up on like these lists, you know, the scariest movies of all time. And it always kept popping up. And I'm like, that looks cool. But that movie, yeah, I'd never seen anything like that before. It changed me.
Right on. Yeah, I didn't think it was necessarily too scary or anything, but it was really cool, and it just the colors, and that's the thing about these giallos. They have all these crazy colors all over the place. It's like the Italians are so much more expressive than the Americans, I think.
that one's a giallo, man.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, I and don't get me wrong, I like Argento, but I mean, he's not my go-to, man. Bava, you know, I'll go to both Bavas probably before Argento, but I mean, it's Fulci, man. If I'm gonna scratch the itch, I'm gonna do it right. You know, I'm drawing blood.
Yes. Fulci's always going to be my favorite. Suspiria is like my favorite movie, but Fulci is my favorite Italian director.
I thought Argento was, but I didn't know that.
They're close, but Fulci's my guy. Like there's something about him I just like more. I like again, like there's a lot of dread and stuff in his movies that I really appreciate.
Oh yeah.
So
it again creates that uncomfortable feeling that you just don't get anymore. And something it just reminds you of when you were a kid watching horror for the first time, and how you were scared, you were uncomfortable, you were nervous about what's going to happen. And like now you just don't get that. Let's see, JP says something. He goes, he wasn't a big fan of the remake of Suspiria.
No.
Which most people were not. And I have not seen it, and I don't know if I ever will.
because that's his peak. I think Argento's peak was that movie. He went down fast after that. He had a few good ones, but a lot more stinkers than Fulci did.
I was gonna say, like, if we're looking at their overall collections, like Fulci's body of work is a lot stronger overall, in my opinion, to Argento. Argento has some gems, some great movies. However, he's also got some real stinkers. Mother of Tears, anybody?
Even, I mean, working with Romero, Two Evil Eyes, it's like, I see where you're going, but it's just, it just doesn't have the impact of some of that earlier stuff. Just doesn't.
No, I did kind of like his newer movie, Dark Glasses or Black Glasses, I think it was called. I want to say it came out like 2018 or something. So pretty recent. It's Italian, all in Italian, but I actually really liked it. It's the first Argento movie I've liked in a while, like out of his recent stuff. I thought it really kind of went back to his roots. It was definitely like a giallo. Definitely.
So is he still living then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Argento? Yeah, I don't know.
I'd love to meet him. And it's interesting because like Fulci and Argento were supposed to do a movie together.
Yes.
Right. It was like based on House of Wax loosely, I think I read. Argento was kind of this is what I read on the internet, and it sounded like Argento. He was like, like I want to give him a chance for a comeback. Like I feel bad for him. Let's do a movie together. I'm like, oh, whatever.
He said that after the fact because he never would have said that shit when Fulci was alive.
I know exactly. I'm like, he definitely said that after the fact. But it never got to get made because Fulci passed away during the time. So it would have been awesome to see them make something together though, like that.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, but it was a total collaboration. I remember that.
Yeah.
That when that was coming, and then, that was 96 when Fulci passed away, I think. So.
Yeah. He's fairly young too. He was like what, in the 60s?
Yeah, he wasn't.
He didn't look like he was too healthy.
No.
He didn't look like he paid attention to his diet or exercise or anything like that.
Unfiltered tobacco in a pipe. That's going to take its toll on you too. And he was extreme diabetic too. So.
There was a story about his pipe. Did somebody put maggots in his pipe?
Yes.
Oh my God! Yeah, I remember hearing that.
I've heard it two ways now. I've heard it that it was Christopher George that did it, and I've also heard it was a crew member that did it. But he definitely smoked maggots and was pissed.
I bet. See,
that's a great story.
I am deathly afraid of maggots. I can't be around them. I can't hardly look at them. There's the scene in City. That's really hard for me to watch.
That's where it happened. That was that whole thing.
Yeah, I know, because they had millions of real live maggots.
Yes. But they shot at the actors, I believe. Yes, I've read that Fulci could be kind of harsh, a little tough on his actors sometimes, but it got good results. Okay. Even
in the movie where he's playing himself in Cat in the Brain, he's like that. He's kind of a just real hard-nosed director.
Prickly, yep.
Yeah. But if you offered me $1 million and set me up for the rest of my life to be in that scene in that movie, I could not do it. Isn't that horrible? Like I couldn't do the Fear Factor thing. I could, if I went on Fear Factor, I know that there'd be maggots involved, and I'd just be done.
You mean one of those big bulbous caterpillars? You couldn't eat one of those?
I don't know. Maybe that'd be okay. But the maggots, the freaking flies, I don't know. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why, but.
For Fulci, I could do maggots. I could do the scene for Fulci, but no other maggots.
Not a chance.
It has to be
not
Fulci.
With one of them, let alone millions of them. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so bad. See, Bill Wolf, he said, Ziggy has a wreath from the gates of hell. Yes, he does, and I've seen it. And I have one of those on my wall as well, but I don't know if we could see mine.
See,
oh my God.
Yeah, it's way back there. See, they see Rex. Rex is right in front of it, cleaning himself. But mine is not a Fulci wreath. It's a Texas Chainsaw wreath.
I need a spooky seasonal wreath.
you do need one, and if you did need one, where would you go? You would go to Bell's Fancy Creations on Facebook, and they're actually not too far from you in person. They're in New Mexico, which you're in Arizona. That's speaking of New Mexico, Morgan Crypt. What's the rest of the name of that?
Morgan Crypt Horror Fest.
There you go. New Mexico. I think I sent you a message about that.
You did. Yeah.
So they have awesome ass guests, including the guy below, who will be there with the rest of the Death Curse Society.
Yep, we're gonna bring the wrecking ball. We're gonna play the game show, and Bella's Fancy Creations provides our main prizes for sure with the read.
Which is how I got mine, because I was on Curse Your Luck. They do on his show. They do a game show called Curse Your Luck. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's basically like that other show that sounds like the same name, and you go through, but instead of whammies, they have the horror icons, and you get 4 of those, and you're out, and it's like horror trivia, and like, so yeah, it was a good time, and in person it's even cooler. They have video boards and shit going, and it's a really cool thing. Coming to a horror convention near you.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time in New Mexico this time around. We're playing it all 3 days, so we're going to be giving away these things, at least 9 of them. So we'll see how it goes.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, if you are interested in one of those, message them. They'll mail it to you.
Yeah.
They'll make it up to whatever your liking is, whatever type of horror you like, and which is what I did. Like, I won the thing, and they said, well, what type of wreath do you want? And I said, I just told them a couple horror movies I'm into. I said I really like my daughter. Psycho's her favorite movie, so I told them Psycho. And then I also told them, like, I really like Texas Chainsaw, because I got enough Friday the 13th stuff. That's my favorite franchise. And my second favorite would be Texas Chainsaw. And I gave them a couple other ideas, and that's what they came up with, and it's awesome, and they do really good stuff. So,
I gave them Gates of Hell. I was like, there's no fucking way they're going to come up with something for that, And,
and they did.
And it's gorgeous. Yeah, they delivered.
Amazing.
Yeah, they do cool stuff.
Wow.
Right on. So, see, I planned on having like 30 questions to just go around, but see, my paper is blank because I have nothing, because I work way too much and I did not have time to do this, and I've been working overtime to try to get money for tomorrow, where we're going we're going up to the Monroe Comic-Con. But just see, Bill Wolf says, if you want one, Jamie, hit us up on Facebook. We would be glad to help out. Yeah, so
I will be hitting you up.
Isn't it his wife that makes those?
Yes,
Bill's wife.
They're awesome, and they get a kick out of making the things too. So,
yeah.
How fun.
They have a brick and mortar store now in New Mexico.
Bell's Fancy Creations. Look them up.
Yeah, but then you can order it online too. You don't have to go up there. But if you're ever in the area, pop in and see them.
I was gonna say, I might have to take a trip there now, because it's not all that far. I mean, it's worth it.
Albuquerque is where the con is. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isleta Casino Resort. 27th through the 29th of September.
Right on. Yeah, last year was their first year, and then this is their second year doing that. So, if you were a newbie getting into the genre, what movie would you recommend, Ziggy?
Wow. I would try to, I guess I would try to terrorize and scar them like I was. So I would say it has to be, Zombie or City of the Living Dead for sure. I mean, here's the thing with the Beyond, because I always get into this debate with Colonel on our show. He's a big Beyond guy. That's the one he saw as a kid. He goes, "You just like City of the Living Dead. That's what you saw." No. I've seen all these movies a number of times. They say City of the Living Dead is the nightmare, and the Beyond, they perfected what they got wrong with City. I say fuck that. The Beyond is cool. It has the best ending of all of them, of the whole.
That is true.
The ending is amazing.
City's ending is really fucking cool too, man.
It is. It is really good.
But City, I mean, I get it. Something happened. They spilled coffee on the negative for whatever the real ending was, and that's what they went with.
Oh, really?
You're so disturbed by the time you get that ending, and that's mild. I mean, compared to what, I love the Beyond because that's like.
Well, let's back up to this coffee deal. Like, what is up with that?
The rumor is in the editing bay, the cigarettes and the coffee were on late night of editing. The ending was damaged beyond repair.
Yeah.
Coffee was spilled on it, and they could not finish it. So there's this lost ending that doesn't exist.
And since it's a rumor, you have no way to confirm what the actual ending would have been.
There are crew that have told stories. I have not been successful in reaching any of them at this point.
Yeah, we're going to have to check that out.
I'm looking.
I thought the ending was really good as it is. I thought the ending was really cool as it is, and
it's cool because well, I mean, the whole thing is, it's All Saints Day. They failed. They didn't make it. They didn't make it. You know, so what's it?
So I think the consensus is the Beyond is the most people's favorite of the three. Am I right?
That's
from people I talk to.
So
it's not mine.
From my viewpoint, yes, I see everyone says the Beyond over, and then City, then usually Zombie,
honestly.
and House by the Cemetery.
I remember when I first seen House by the Cemetery, I messaged you and I said, I think I got a new favorite horror movie of all time. God. And I really love it. And then like the next one was better, But no, I like the Beyond, but it's probably my fifth favorite Fulci.
Wow.
It's really like five. I would say, like Cat in the Brain, Zombie, City, House by the Cemetery, all of those in front of it, and even New York Ripper I might like in front of it.
Wow.
Oh wow.
My biggest problem with that is the stupid Donald Duck voice. If that wasn't there, that could be one of the greatest slashers of all time. But that takes it from an A down to a C.
That's a man.
Yeah, that movie's gnarly. That movie is mean.
In that, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And
the cover art for that is brutal in itself,
Yeah. They pulled no punches with that one. That's
just that dumbass Donald Duck voice. I don't know what he was thinking with that. It takes you out. It really takes you out of it, man.
I can't defend it. I mean, what the fuck, It's a Donald Duck fucking voice. It was a terrible choice. It's most of the dubbed voices of all the kids in all the Fulci movies too.
Yeah.
The
hey,
award-winning St. John's, Michigan Jason in the house, and he says, "What's up, my friends?" And then he specifically says, "Hi, Jamie." He doesn't say hi, Ziggy. Look at that!
Man.
Look at that guy. Hopefully, we'll run into him in Monroe. I don't know what he's got going on, so I don't know. I think he said he's going to be there on Saturday. So we're not going to be Saturday.
Well, yeah, it's actually probably a straighter shot for him. Probably about the same distance from me going there and him going there, or where he is.
Right on. Yeah, so I just keep finding more and more of these movies. Tubi is so awesome because they have so many of them, but Tubi doesn't have the Italian versions. And to me, like I really think, like you were saying about the dubbed kids' voices, especially, like you lose so much in the translation that it just doesn't have the feeling that. And I think like when you have to concentrate and read the movie, you like really have to get rid of everything else around you. You can't have distractions, and you really zone in on the actual movie by reading the subtitles, and then you really feel what they're saying. And I think you got to watch them in Italian. You just have to.
You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you what, there are times when I have to go, you know what? I need the authenticity tonight. So
yes.
Yeah.
The only time go ahead,
things don't directly translate either, so the translation is always a little off in the dubbing because they got to try to make it work with the mouth. So I think when you watch it in Italian, you get a like straighter translation, like more true to how it was written.
Right. Absolutely. And so yeah, it's definitely much better to watch that way. Only time I watch them in English is if I'm watching them with my wife because she won't bother. Period. Like, she'd say, "I'm not watching a movie. I'm not reading a movie." So if I watch them with somebody else, I get somebody else to come on, watch them with me. They usually won't do the subtitles.
What up?
Oh,
hey,
what's up?
And he's a regular over on our show.
Yeah. He's been here a few times. So, Ryan got held up at work. In case you're wondering why Ryan's not on tonight, guys, I probably should have did it at the top of the show. He said he was going to try to pop in. His work is insane, so he's up there. Right on. Okay, so I don't know where we want to go here.
Well, I jotted down like a few of the cinematic elements that I really love about
Fulci. Help me out here. I'm very ill prepared tonight.
Because I love cinematography, right? I like the look of these Italian movies. They're beautiful. Another thing about the Italian horrors is they're super high fashion, and I love that. There's great
Yeah.
clothes in them, and like some of them literally take place in fashion houses. Like if you watch Blood and Black Lace, you know that's all about fashion. So I love the high fashion and the high art of Italian horror. It's one of the main reasons I like love it so much. But some little things that Fulci does, like some of his little trademarks in his movies that I love. Eyeballs, first of all.
That's number one.
If anybody knows me, they know I love eyeballs, and it's Fulci's fault. I actually tried to look to see like if I could find an explanation from him. Like what is his obsession with eyes?
I think it's
anybody
just
know?
because he likes. I mean, I don't know for sure, but it just I'm assuming that just he likes to create that uncomfortability, and somebody fucking with your eyes. I mean, it's
Scariest thing you can imagine.
it makes you very uncomfortable.
100%. He knew that is a very squeamish, touchy, no pun intended, subject, and he said, "You know, what if I really, really go at it and trauma this fucking thing up?"
Oh yeah.
Yes, and he gets everyone. Like I watched, 200 people curl in agony as it was happening. It was great.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and again, we had just seen it 15 minutes before that, or however long before that. So we seen it twice in both times. Ugh. But yeah,
I actually found a Reddit post where somebody literally said, "What did eyes do to Fulci?"
Yeah, right?
Amazing. And he even takes it to the he does a lot of these shots that I love where it's just a close up on the person's eyes, right? And then it moves to the person in the middle, the psychic, and she looks to them, and then it goes to the next person's eyes, eyes, right? He's like about them, and I love it.
He locked them, man. A Zombie, they do that great scene where they're seeing the feast going on, and everybody's eyes are locked on there. Gates of Hell or City, when getting explained on the Book of Enoch, they right into her eyes, and it's great, man. It was something I do catch that in other Italian films. Like it was kind of a technique that a lot of them had, but he ran with it, man. He made that his.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And then another thing I see him do a lot, and I think a lot of Italian directors did this too, but like he loves to shoot through things. I mean, whether it's like through an eye or through a frame, like he loves to shoot through things, and it makes it really interesting to look at. So I love how he does that. What else did and then it's just like a surreal, like kind of dreamlike atmosphere to a lot of his movies, and I think that's like a signature for him too, and I love that about him.
And obviously what complements that is the music, like we were saying. Like it really takes you into that zone for sure.
They're unforgettable. I mean, I was scarred. And I remember like a DJ in Detroit at some regular station that he had that beginning when Father Thomas hangs himself, that acoustic guitar, and he kind of layered it in there. I was like, I know what that is. I mean, no one else fucking knew. There's no way, but I mean, it was pretty badass. Here is when remember when Amazon first went on the air, like first went live, and they just had books and movies.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, absolutely.
I bought this, and it still works.
Oh, beautiful! Oh my gosh!
I had to have it, because first of all, they were toting that. Okay, this one has all the gore's in there, that it's uncut, so cool. That's what I want, And they sent me something else called Gate to Hell. At the time, I had to go, no. So the first order they fucked up.
Did you watch Gate to Hell?
No, I didn't even open the shit.
Hey, it might have been good. You never know.
This was the other one I got with it. Children shouldn't play with dead things.
I love Bob Clark. Children shouldn't play with dead things.
This is the movie that when we had Brett Wagner on, he insisted that we watch, and I still have not gotten to it.
Dude!
I have to watch it eventually, but that is also on Tubi, so I can watch it for free.
You're going to be watching this going, what the fuck am I watching? Wait till the last 25 minutes, dude.
Yeah.
I turned it on a couple times,
but
I passed out both times. Of course, JP does.
Yes.
JP says, wow, where you go? He says, I love Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. This dude is like into the weirdest, craziest, most fucked up movies. Like, the worse a movie is, the more he likes it. So
I knew I liked him last night when he.
Oh,
said-
yeah,
I
he's a great
was gonna
dude.
say he sounds pretty awesome.
He
Kindred
is pretty
spirits
awesome.
over
Yeah, he's a
here.
good dude, yeah.
Jason X #1. I was like, yep, I can talk to this guy.
Yeah, we did our Friday the 13th rankings last week.
Oh yeah, I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. But so did you want to bring up anything else there, Zig?
I just brought I real quick. I remember I told you there's a real shitty movie you have to see called Boarding House.
I love the
Alright.
cover. I'm obsessed
I
already.
do too.
Okay.
Yes, look this up. But I warned you, this may be the worst movie you've ever seen.
Oh well, I'm in there. Write this down.
Challenge accepted.
because- Yeah.
This has one of those things when a bad scene's going to happen. It has the horror horn.
Oh,
And if it's really bad, you get the hand, the leather, the giallo glove comes in.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. But
Awesome.
it's shot on video like by a porn crew.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, from what I've
Dude.
seen in a lot of these guys, it seems like that. That's
there's some crossover.
some of their movies are pretty close to porn. All right, a perversion story is pretty close to porn.
There's no porn. Well, actually, there is a couple of scenes now that I think about it. It's not like they don't really show anything.
Yeah.
It's there, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
they show.
Listen, I bought it because it's so fucking bad. Because that on that Gates of Hell video, it goes and there's trailers at the front.
Yeah.
That's one of the fucking movies.
Oh, cool.
Oh wow.
That's
I
all
gotta find that.
Yes. Oh, you'll hate me, but you might love it. You might love it.
Yeah.
That bad.
Oh.
I am a fan of the Beyond. I have the collector's tin that has all the badass.
Yeah.
It's got
I
the
want
book,
that.
the soundtrack in it.
I have that too with mine, but mine didn't come in a tin.
Really,
Yeah, it has the third disc, it has the soundtrack, all that
it
stuff.
has everything, but
it did
it's
not
got,
come in there.
got a book of lobby cards and everything.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, I
That's
got
so
all that
cool.
stuff. I just didn't get that for some reason. Yeah.
But there's a really old house by the cemetery. I mean, this is
Aw.
early '90s, probably.
Love it.
That house just looks so cool, so
Ah,
creepy.
I know.
I know this is the one you got. I think the Cat in the Brain.
I do.
This is the new
Yep.
one they did. You know.
Yep.
Cat in the Brain is awesome. You know, there's like a Fulci documentary too on Shudder. I haven't watched yet, but I hear it's really good.
Yeah, it's Fulci for Fake. It's called, and
Yeah.
a guy dresses up like Fulci. Yeah. I've seen the first 10 minutes of it, but I haven't gotten to
It
watch
takes a while to get into it, but they do kind of pull it together. It's cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
Cool.
But yeah, this they put out this last year. This one,
Oh, that's gorgeous.
and I have several copies of this already. But when they said stickers,
Oh
Nice.
my gosh.
yes,
Oh, those are amazing. Oh, the blow up doll.
Oh, the drill.
yes,
Those are
Oh,
awesome, man. Those are really
wow.
cool.
I had to.
Dude, those would be really cool little flash tattoos.
Yeah,
Some
they
of those.
would.
I
All right,
just-
we gotta go get a tattoo, guys.
I would, yeah, for sure.
I would too.
Yeah, I just loved it, and it's got the 4K now. In my PlayStation 5, thank God, I can actually watch the all-region extras because it has this whole half-hour thing I've never seen before until I got it on the PlayStation, and it's
Nice.
fucking great. There's stuff you haven't heard before about City of the Living Dead in this. It's great. Highly recommend.
I
JP
love
says that
DVDs
he
for
needs
the
that
behind
City
the
of the
scenes
Dead.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's just crew and cast they talk to, like crew, like molten crew, and like I want to say the director of photography, or maybe
Ooh.
his assistant, because I think that guy's dead. But
Have either of you watched the movie where it has like I can't think of the name of I know how to spell the name. It's got that weird A and E thing stuck together like Tool Anima.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
Enigma or something like that. That's the latest Fulci film I watched. I watched that a couple days ago, and
I've seen that one.
yeah. What did you think of that one?
it's not great, but the concept and the idea is so great.
Yeah.
It's
That
it just,
movie
wasn't executed well. I don't.
That
I
movie
agree.
is another film that he was promised this big budget, and then they fucking took 2/3 of it away from him, and that's what
Yeah.
he had to work with at that time. So the concept comes through, but the fucking money is just not there to back it up.
Right. But it was
Yeah.
just so cool. Like this girl that they had the whole kind of Carrie vibe going with the girl, how they bullied her, and then she's dead, but then she's using the other girl as like a puppet and an avatar. Great. I'd love to see
Totally.
somebody with money that would actually respect the source material remake that. I think it could be awesome.
I
But
could see that. I could see that being remade well.
Yeah, I mean,
Depending.
most remakes don't go well, because they don't respect the source
I
material.
know.
I've sat there and I've had this discussion and argument with various people. Can Fulci movies be remade? Could they be remade at all?
That one, I think they can. That one can. But most of the other ones would lose a lot of their charm.
Yeah.
That atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be
so-
strange. It'd be strange to see a lot of Fulci movies remade. I'd be like, nah, I don't like this.
I would go for the fucking throat.
Yeah.
Oh God, Bill! Don't,
No.
Don't give them any ideas.
Not this one. Not
They
this
might
one.
take you up on that offer.
Oh, God, man, please no.
No. We will not stand for that.
we will boycott.
Although, I think Sylvia Colatina had a great idea. She would love to do a prequel about Dr.
The House of the Dead or House of
House of
Cemetery.
the Cemetery. Yeah, prequel.
Yeah.
How he became, she says a sequel wouldn't work because everybody's aged now.
Right.
Kind of what Gina Davis was saying in Beetlejuice.
Right. But that would be awesome.
I think so too.
That's better than a remake. That's that's a different movie using the same kind of ideas, and that's okay. And it wouldn't be the same as trying to remake something that already exists. I think that could work.
That'd be cool.
And
Yeah,
of course,
I agree.
you'd probably see her character more, and
Oh yes. And
how whatever happened with them.
she became a ghost at that age.
Yeah.
She said I could narrate it, and I could voice it or something. Maybe.
Yeah. Or get a right part of it. Maybe get a writing credit. Let's
Yeah.
see. He says a Fulci remake would have to be very self-aware, maybe self-effacing. Just I don't know what that word means. Just as a tribute. Self-deprecating? No, I don't think that's what he means. I don't know. But we can have this guy. We can have David Gordon Green remake them and make them better. I think self-deprecating. Okay, he was going for that. Okay.
Trying to piss me off.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, man.
Giving me nightmares. Not the good kind.
I mean, I think Fede Alvarez would be okay. Something like that could probably take a shot at it.
Sure.
But I would never want to see, especially the really big, the bigger Fulci movies remade. I wouldn't want that.
You got to just, like I said, if you're going to go with one of those big three, you have to go for the throat.
I think you'd have to, and you'd almost have to, like you said, do a prequel, a sequel, not the same movie.
A Father Thomas prequel, in my mind, would be awesome too.
Yeah.
I would love that. I'd watch that.
Yeah. Trauma that leads to him leading to his suicide, knowing his destiny is to open the seventh gate. So.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah,
Awesome.
JP, we know you were being sarcastic.
Yeah.
We don't. Yeah, we're not going to disown you.
No.
Because if they announce that shit, it's like, you know what? Now Blumhouse has to fall.
Yeah, we'll burn it down. They like to have fire in every one of their movies, right? We're going to burn down their studio. They'll have all the fire they want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taking this into our own hands.
Well, so we've been going about an hour. We usually go about an hour on this show, so we're going to wrap this up. But I want to thank the two of you for coming on. We have Jamie, Bloody Essentials Podcast. Follow them on YouTube, Spotify, everywhere you get podcasts. They're on the Facebook page. They come out every Wednesday morning. Mm-hmm. I listen to them every morning. And they have a Patreon. So if you're intrigued, or you can go over there and check that out. And help them out, help them. They use all the money to get to different cons and shit. It's good shit, nevertheless. And then Zigzag, of course, needs no introduction. Death Curse Society every Monday Maniacs at 8. Is it 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock
8
Central.
o'clock my time, yeah. But
8 o'clock. No, 8 o'clock Eastern, our time. Yeah.
Yes.
And every Monday at 8. Follow them on the YouTube, on the Facebook, everywhere you get podcasts, all that good stuff. And Lorina's here.
Serena. Hey.
No, wait, I'm technically still at work.
Aw.
You and Ryan both. Ryan's actually
Yeah.
at work. That's why he's not on the podcast.
She's the best.
And she is awesome, man.
We don't have Patreon, but we do one ourselves on our own
which
page.
I'm a member. I'm a member myself.
We don't like to share any of the money with Patreon. All of the money goes into the funding of getting us to cons and everything. So, and
yeah, it's a really cool thing. So go to deathcurssociety.com to sign up for that. We don't have anything like that because we ain't figured out how to do it yet. Not because we can't make T-shirts because we don't know how to do that. We don't know how to do any of this shit, man.
I got the contacts for you, brother. Just say when.
Yeah,
We'll hook it
T-shirts.
up.
I really
We'll hook
need.
it up.
I really want to do that. You know, to be able to sell some T-shirts and you know, I got a girl here that can. She's usually in the comments, Rosa, who made me one before. But I'd like to, you know, do where you go on, you order the T-shirt, somebody else prints the motherfucker, somebody else mails the motherfucker, and it shows up at your house in a couple of days. And if I make $1 off of it, cool.
Yeah.
If I don't, whatever. I don't.
End of the month, you get a check, right?
Yeah, whatever.
That's just the way to go. I'll talk to you.
I just think it'd be the coolest shit in the world to be walking down the street and see somebody wearing a shirt with the podcast logo on it. I think that'd be awesome.
I've handed out upwards of 500 shirts to different celebrities and people. I've yet to see one anywhere. The only one was Scout Kyler Thompson. You know,
she wore it.
That's a pretty good one, though.
We gave it to her like on a Friday. She showed up Sunday at the con, and she was leaving, and I said, "Scout, wait!" I go, "You're wearing my shirt. Can I get one for the show?" And she opened it up. So,
that is awesome.
So she not only took the shirt, she actually wore the shirt.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Without any prompt. You shouldn't just put it on at that time. It was a couple of days later. So, yeah. Rick, we'll get you set up, buddy. We'll get you the place.
Right on,
that exists, and it does work.
No, I know it does. I just
the power is there.
Yes.
My good for nothing kid that designed the logo. Well, I actually designed it. He just drew it. I told him I want you to do this. So it's my brain, but his art skills, I don't have that. And that took forever. That was like pulling teeth, let me tell you. So I told him, I said, I want you to go on there and figure out a way to sell these shirts, whatever. And this was like a year ago now. I got nothing. Yeah, he doesn't. He's something. He's flaky. That one. He's a good kid. He's just I don't know. He's
got a life, you know. I get it.
Yeah.
But right on. So I'm gonna, like I said, we're gonna close this up. Thank you guys so much for coming on. It was real fun talking Italian horror with you guys. I will see you tomorrow, Ziggy. I will well, I won't see you in person, but I'll get that mailed out to you on Monday, that poster.
Woo-hoo.
And I will be looking forward to next week's show. And so it'd be awesome to awesome to see you tomorrow, Zig, at the con. We'll have a ton of fun, I'm sure.
And nice meeting you, Jamie.
It was so nice meeting you. I would love to talk more Italian horror with you anytime. So we should do this again, guys. Okay?
Yeah. We will do this again. I will be more prepared. I'll have better questions and stuff. I had no questions, but I think we did okay. I think it didn't suck.
That's the beauty of it. I mean, we just got to the surface of it, man. We can go deep into this shit. So, I mean, we just
I have to be a little bit more versed.
The dreamlike states of the Fulci, and especially in that Gates of Hell trilogy, we just breached that. We didn't get into that shit at all. We will next time for sure.
Maybe we'll do like a long form, like real deep dive into that. That'd be cool. Like Friday the 13th. I can tell you all the actors' names. I can tell you the years they came out. I can tell you the directors and all these cool fun facts and all this cool stuff. I'm not there yet with the Fulci stuff, but I'll get there someday.
You're well on your way. You're well on your way.
Training for like a heavyweight championship fight with this shit, man.
Well, right on. So thank you, everybody. It's in the comments that came on and commented and like, share the page, all that good stuff. And I will see you tomorrow, and I'll talk to you guys later. And no idea what we're gonna do next week. I think we might start our Halloween deep dive and do Halloween 1. We might do that if I can't come up with any other idea, or if any guests don't get back to me or whatever like that. So, all right. So we are out of here. I'll see you tomorrow, Zig. Take it easy, guys.